All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. For those who don't know me, I'm Alexis Washington. I'm an academic advisor for the MSW program. So welcome to the full-time program advising for advanced year students. So before I start, hold your questions to the end and we'll be able to get to those. But we're going to start by doing the MSW plan of study. All of you should have a copy of that, and if you don't, there's some at the end of the table for you to refer back to while I'm talking. So when you get into your fall term, you're going to take 783, which is field. You can choose between social work 792 or 793, 779, which is your specialization course, and be mindful that you must stay in the same specialization during the entire time that you're in the program. So you'll still have 778 to take, and that'll be the last in the sequence. And then you have to choose 2 electives as well. And those can be inside or outside of the college, but you must get an elective review form from your academic advisor, and they'll be able to go through that process with you. So we're doing something a little bit different this semester and moving forward. We're now advising you for the full year, so you won't have to come multiple times. So we're going to talk about spring term 2022, and then after that you guys will be graduating. So there's social work 718, there's social work 784, which is your field course, social work 778, which is of course the last in that sequence for specializations. You have to take 1 practice elective. Now with the practice elective, it's basically an in-person course, and there are select courses that you'll have to choose from, and you can find out more about that later in the presentation about how to find that. And then you have 1 more elective you can choose for that can be inside of the college or outside of the college. And then going back to specialization, of course you know now there are certain section codes related to certain specialization tracks. So please refer to this when you're going to register, because of course with the different codes you can sign up for the wrong section or the wrong specialization by mistake. So earlier I mentioned outside electives and practice electives. So in this presentation, and we're going to send this to you afterwards, there are directions for finding a practice elective online and verifying that it is a practice elective. The biggest thing to note about this is that at the bottom of the description, it'll say this course qualifies as a practice elective, so it'll let you know. And if you don't see it, then it doesn't qualify. Elective requirements. So if you are planning on taking electives outside of the College of Social Work, you want to make sure that it's 600 level or above. You want to make sure it's a part of a accredited graduate program, which it usually is if you're taking it within the USC system, and it's not already used for another degree, so that would be like transfer credits or something that you've already counted somewhere else. In addition, you must contact that department and do a little research before you go to try to sign up for the course, so that it doesn't block you or prevent you from signing up because you need co-requisites or prerequisites. And you also want to research the workload to make sure it's doable with your MSW course load. So to start that process, you want to reach out to your academic advisor, and they'll provide you with an elective review form and go over that process again if you have questions. Another thing to note before you register for classes, so first of all, of course you guys know that each student has a registration time ticket. So you want to make sure that if you are concurrently enrolled, which basically means that you're also doing one of the certificate programs, that you talk to your academic advisor and make sure you don't have any holds on your account that will prevent you from registering at the time that we plan for you to register. And you can do that by just shooting an email to say, hi, I'm in this program, or you can just drop by and an academic advisor will be able to help you with that. So now we get into the fun stuff, graduation information. Because again, because we're advising from a long-term standpoint now, we want to go ahead and start providing you with some of those things. So an important form that's going to be sent to your email in late fall is going to be your MPOS form. This form will be reviewed by academic advisors and then submitted to the graduate school, and it kind of begins the process for clearing you for graduation. So I'll show you some screenshots of what it looks like, but essentially it'll have all the courses you should have taken, and they're also on your plan of study now, along with blanks for electives, because you could fill in anything there. But it's just to kind of check it off to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. So on the first part of this form, it has identifying information. The really important part is going to be your address, your first and last name, and then your VIP ID, because that's what they're going to use to cross-reference to make sure they have the right student. And then I also mentioned you putting in your classes. You want to make sure you put an X next to all of the required courses you successfully completed or you anticipate completing. You want to fill in the semester and the year each course was taken. You want to fill in the corresponding grades for each course. If you have electives that you're not sure about, you want to make sure that you don't write in future electives before you know them, because we can go back and we can fill that in. And the same goes for grades, because when we receive your forms, you won't have your fall grades back yet. So if you leave that blank, academic advisors can fill that in when the grades come in. You also don't want to write outside of the margins, because this is an official document. And then you don't want to write any notes about specializations or concentrations, because neither of these distinctions will appear on your transcript or your degree. And at the bottom of this screen, you'll see where there's kind of a format for how you want to put in your elective courses, because those are the only things that you'll be writing in. On the second page of the NPOS, you don't want to write in any other courses, so that's really applying to certificate courses. A lot of the times we see that students want to write in those courses, but they count in other places, and you don't want to mix it up. We're really only concerned about the 60 credit hours that you need in order to graduate from the MSW program, because essentially they are technically two standalone programs. And then of course at the bottom of it, you want to remember to sign, date, and return to your academic advisor. So in this case, because it's sent to your email, you can either fill it out and then you can return it to your academic advisor in person, or you can scan it and send it back, and we'll just send you a confirmation to say that we received it. So on to the graduation application. So if you wish to graduate in the spring of 2020, you'll be able to apply for graduation at the end of the fall term in December. To access this application, you can log on to Self-Service Carolina and click Apply to Graduate. The biggest things to note when you're filling out this application is that you want to make sure you provide a mailing address that will be good for up to 4 months after graduation, because you don't get your degree right when you walk across the stage. You'll get it after you're cleared for graduation, which is over the summer. You want to make sure you enter your name as you'd like it to appear on your degree. And then for students who are concurrently enrolled, there should also be a drop-down menu for you to enter in your certificate courses and get that degree as well, because that qualifies as one too. And then here's just a snapshot of what self-service looks like. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Apply to Graduate. And then that's what the application and the start of it will look like. So licensure, we've gotten a lot of questions about licensure, and we have a representative to be able to talk about that or answer any questions about that. Our biggest piece in licensure is really just providing you with the letter of good standing that will be sent to the board. But other licensure questions or planning for licensure can be directed to Michael Atone, and then that's his information. And again, you'll be sent this at the end of this session, so you'll be able to reach out to him and have that contact information. So just a little bit of information on that. You're allowed to sit for the licensure in your last semester in the program. You'll have to pay an application fee, submit an official transcript, and you can get that through the university registrar. And then you'll have to have a letter of good standing if you're applying before your degree is conferred. And then of course, to request that letter, we typically start taking those requests after the 3rd week of January, when we're able to verify that you're still in the classes that you said that you were going to enroll in. And then from there, we can get those letters out pretty quickly. And academic regalia. So you'll have to order a black cap, black gown, and an academic hood. And on that hood, that color is citron, and that's what it looks like. It's kind of like a gold color. And that can be purchased on the bookstore's website, but they also have a grad fair that happens in the spring as well. And for this year, it was 3 days, so it will likely be something like that again. And you can also go in person to the bookstore as well. So questions. And then there's also your contact information for your assigned academic advisor. Anybody? And one more thing, if you are interested in the certificate program, this is the concurrent enrollment form you would use to get started. And I'm going to have these and put these on the table as well if you're interested. But yeah, everybody good?
What did you say that we have to do about summer classes if we want to take those?
Summer courses?
Yeah.
You mean like outside electives or?
No, like for the College of Social Work, but I know that there's like usually a hold for summer classes. So who would we talk to about that?
You would talk to your academic advisor and they'll check and see if you have any holds.
Okay, thanks.
But we can take summer classes, like that aren't like for the certificate programs or anything like that. We can just take them if we so choose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've been hearing mixed things about whether or not we could take summer classes, so I'm just double checking.
You can take summer classes and then they'll just apply to the electives that you would have in the fall.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Any other questions?
So it says on here that the practice elective you have to take spring term. Would you be able to take it for fall and then just take like a regular elective in spring, or does it have to be in the spring that you take it?
So it doesn't have to be in the spring. They have some options in the fall. It's just ideally when they think about course offerings, they do offer more options because they know more students are going to take it in the spring. So you'll have more options then, but you could also take it in the fall. Like I've seen people who have taken multiple practice electives. They didn't have to, but they wanted to. And in any term you want to take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Alrighty then. Well, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to your assigned academic advisor. And of course, this PowerPoint will be available to you shortly in your email. Thank you.